All right, Miss Liz. So introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do.
My name is Liz. I am the director of the web department, so I oversee all the team members that you might be working with to build a website. I've been with CI Web Group for like 6 or 7 years now, so it's been a good chunk of time. I've spent time in every single department, and I found my home here in web, so super excited.
Talk to me a little bit about the web team. What kind of roles do they have and how do you lean on them for the web projects?
Sure. So, the web strategists, which you meet with them for reviewing your deliverables, you meet with them to actually get started on the website project. They're going to be your go-to partners in collaborating and strategizing on aligning the website with your actual goals and objectives. So, that's the first role that you're going to meet with. You also have your web coordinator who reaches out to you on a weekly basis to give you updates on where the project itself is at. So they're really great if you have any quick questions, if you just need a quick update on the project. They're also in the background guiding everything with your production manager, your designers, your developers. So those two are going to be the people holding your hand throughout the entire project.
What would you warn somebody or tell somebody if they're going to commit to a web project? What does I'm going to commit to building my digital store, my storefront for my company that's going to be public to the world and produce the majority of my revenue? What would you tell them the level of effort is that they need to commit to that process?
Well, the biggest part is just showing up and actually participating. We need the honesty and the collaboration to actually align the website with what you're looking for. So, in order for us to be a partner with you, you have to tell us actually about your goals. So, what are your goals, your roadblocks, your big wins, anything about your business that might point us in the right direction? So, are you struggling with customer service and finding the right people to fit in the roles? Are you really strong in the community? Do you offer training to high school students that are interested in the trades? Do you want to build a website that can support e-commerce? So those are all things that we need to know and you need to share with us. Of course, our team is going to ask you all these questions so that we can guide you into getting that information, but come to the table ready to share that information. When you actually provide us with that, we can tailor the website to meet your needs so it can grow as you grow. And it'll set you apart from the competition. So making sure you're meeting regularly with your web strategist, providing any updates on your business to your account manager, that's going to be super duper important. And then of course, reviewing the things that we're sharing with you, actually in-depth reviews. So you're looking at it not only from you as a business owner's perspective, but your customer as well. If your customer, you know them best, hops on this website and they're navigating the site, do you believe that they would navigate it with ease? Does this reflect your business and your branding as a whole? So those are all really important things to keep in mind when you're meeting with our team.
There's some clients who come to the table that have an established brand. They know who they are, what their unique selling proposition is, what their value prop is, their vision, their mission, their customers, their market, their everything. And then there are those who don't have a clue, but use the web project to try and create the brand. How difficult is that, right?
Yeah, the difference is night and day. So our customers that come to us with an established brand typically are approving their homepage designs and collaborating with our team and getting their website project through the finish line a lot quicker than those that have not yet established their brand or have an idea of what their brand looks like. So when we're creating these designs and these mock-ups for you to review for your website, we're using all of the elements that we have available to us in order to create this. So if all we have is a logo from you, that's it. You can't tell us what your brand means to you, what it means to your customers. You don't have a mascot. You don't have anything to give us outside of a logo. It can be difficult for us to emulate something that you're looking for visually in the design. So when you come prepared to the table with the items that we need, you're more often than not going to get something that you're looking for first time around.
What's the difference in how it looks compared to somebody that's coming to the table with the established brand guidelines?
I think you bring up a good point too, that the website, you're starting out, if you don't have branding, you're starting out in a starter website. And I like to always say, I get a question a lot and it's, how long is my project going to take and can I make changes to it afterwards? And my answer is always along the lines of your website is a living thing. It's not a start and end date. You may have the website built out, by a start and end date, but you're going to continue working on this website. So when we start out with no branding, there's no established brand there. The website is going to feel a little bit more bare bones than, let's say, a company that has established their brand. And so what we can do is, if you are bare bones, you don't have the branding, you don't have the time to even invest in the branding, we'll start out with something, it functions correctly, customers can use it. It's built with UX, UI mind, mobile first. And then over time, as you start to build your brand, we can also navigate establishing a more branded feel on the website as well.
We have a whole legal kind of technical, I'm going to call it ethical challenge that you guys are faced with all the time that can delay projects and cause enormous problems and challenges that you have to overcome. Like, talk to me about those situations. What can they do to avoid that in the fine print and how it impacts them when they miss it, when they make the wrong decision?
It's a really, really sad moment for me and my team when we have to go to a customer and let them know that their previous marketing agency is not going to release their domain to them. Or we have to let them know that, unfortunately, you've let your domain expire, and now if you want it back, you're going to have to get into a bidding war with an online domain broker, which is so expensive. So at all costs, we want to avoid any sort of issue with you losing your domain somehow. When you are looking for a provider to host your website, to host your domain, anything at all, build you a website, take care of your marketing, build out your pay-per-click strategy, you want to make sure that you own all of those things. It's so important, because then we run into issues where, you finally are released from your contract with another company and you're coming to us and you're ready to start over and do things right. And it turns out that you're actually going to have to start over from the very beginning because we cannot get access to your domain. So I think it's so important. The sooner you make sure that you are in ownership of all of your online assets, I think the better, especially when it comes to your domain.
How critical is it to the web team to have the SEO and the advertising team to have done the research, provide all of the insights, give you the target phrases? Like, how much influence does the marketing team have on the website process versus if you were to build it and you didn't have all of those things? I know it's going to delay their results, but
oh, yeah. Well, I mean, while the marketing team is doing all of that research, they're communicating with us your exact, if your goal is, okay, I want to target these exact locations for these exact services, and they provide us that information, we know exactly what to put front and center for the consumer as well. So let's say we do get you ranking for AC repair in Houston, Texas. Crazy to get on page 1 for that. But let's say, you're on page 1, position 1, AC repair, Houston, Texas. And you really, really want to push AC repair, right? Well, if you don't have that on your website, if for some reason, your web team has neglected to put any sort of air conditioning information on that website, well, you're SOL. On top of that, if your website is not performing up to par, and we're doing all of this SEO work, and your website has poor load times, is not doing well performance-wise, it doesn't have any of the structured data that we need, there's no conversion on there, there's no call to actions, it doesn't matter how many people we get to that website if they're just going to leave. So it's so important that we make sure, while our marketing team is taking care of all of the research and aligning your goals and making sure we have everything set up for success, it's really important that we're making sure that the website is prepared for the traffic we're going to bring to it.
How heavy do you lean on them to give us input that's data-driven?
Oh, it is so important for us as a web team to work hand in hand with our conversion rate optimization team. It is so important, because what might be really great visually for design could be the worst decision you could make for conversion rate optimization. So what we want to do is find that happy balance. We want it to be beautiful. We want it to be aesthetic. We want it to represent your brand. But on the other hand, we need the conversion team to come in and optimize to make sure that, your customer can easily find the call to actions to convert with you, that they stand out based on your color scheme. All of these different things play a part into creating this website, and it's all based on data that we've learned over time from all of our customers, all of their data, that this is what works. You know, it's going to change again in 6 months. And when that happens, we're going to talk to you about it. Look at the data and make the adjustments on the website. So the conversion team is a huge part of building out the website and continuing to grow it as well.